Hello everybody and welcome back to Mark's Allotment on a somewhat horrible day of, was it Tuesday? Oh, was it Wednesday? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to turn the camera on a minute. So, on the previous film you'll have seen that I was laying some slabs down and putting the compost, laying the slabs down. So I started putting the compost back in the bin, but then I thought, well, hang on, I don't want to be moving the material twice. So rather than fluff about, I decided to put the compost that I'd already made out on the beds. So I managed to do, let's have a look, I've got enough compost to do 3 beds, so that'll be ready now. There's some bits of twigs in amongst it, but that's all right, they'll be on the surface, and we'll you know, I can just pick that off as time goes on. So I just wish I had more compost that I could do the whole patch, but anyway. So hope it's not too windy. There's a bit of a breeze, and if it's affecting the sound or not. So anyway, I think these sprouts have gone over now, and they'll be coming out. So just got to clear that one bed up here, the weeds ready, and then I'm going to start prepping this area. Covered it over temporarily with the plastic, and it may kill it off a little bit. And yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything today. Just going to have a rest because I did a bit too much, really. So that's the compost back in place, and I finished. There was a bit of a gap there. Now I brought my angle grinder over. So hang on. So I'm going to backtrack a minute. You may have noticed that when I was laying these slabs, one of them was sticking slightly proud of the row. This was due to a post in the way, which is gone now. Basically, I used the angle grinder to cut a bit of the post away for the slab to slot back in, which it did. Unfortunately, I cut away too much and the post just fell over, so I took it out completely. Now I didn't want to cut up any good slabs to fill in that gap there, so what I've managed to find is some odd bits there and couple of bricks, so that finishes that off. And what'll happen, I will put a third row of slabs here, and then fill in at that point with whatever I've got lying around. So yeah, just starting to look a bit tidy now. I've got now there was something I wanted to bring up, I can't remember. Oh, that's right. Now some of you may be thinking, because this resulted as a comment by one of the plot holders here, saying, well, why am I putting my compost bins on slabs, not just on the ground? Because obviously the gust there, because obviously the worms would struggle to get into the compost, but actually I don't think they would struggle, because the gaps between the slabs are quite big enough for worms to get through. And in any case, I never totally empty the bins. I always leave a little bit of residue at the bottom, which should contain a few worms and eggs, and then they'll multiply up quite quickly. It's surprising. So yes, the reason I've put the bins on the slabs, and it makes it a lot easier to shovel up the material without digging into the ground underneath. So now then, I always leave the lid off a bit of a gap, because the idea is I want the finished compost inside to dry off, so it's a bit more crumbly when I apply it. So yeah, and you can, as you can see, I don't know if you can see from here, the polytunnel is ripped, unfortunately, with the wind. So I've actually ordered proper polytunnel plastic this time, and I've and some tape, etc, etc. So I'll make a video of that, putting the new polythene on top. So that will be coming in the next 2-3 weeks, hopefully just in time for me to get something in the greenhouse planted, tomato plants or whatever. So basically all that material that my son raked up is here now. I'll spread this out at some point, and then that will cover these weeds up a bit. What else have we got? So yes, now you can see, I mean, it has been raining quite steadily, but this is what it's like. You can see now, standing water on the slope like this, you know, and this is what I'm having to deal with. You know, it's, well, as you can see, it's, I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's actually running like a river. I'll move the camera in slowly. Yeah, so we get a heck of a lot of water, which makes it very difficult to grow stuff in here. Anyway, excuse me. So jobs for the coming up will be dig this over, ready for the potatoes. I've got some oh, what's the chemical I got? It'll come to me in a minute. So I think I finally found an electrician to come and do the work for me, so which is half the price of the other electrician's quote. So once that's done, it means then I can crack on with the patio and finishing off the refurb of the back garden. Yes, and then things can move on, hopefully. So I'm trying to think of that chemical. I keep thinking potassium sulfate, but it's not potassium sulfate, it's, or whatever it is, I can't remember. But anyway, so I bought a big bag of it to put on my potatoes, and I've got plenty of comfrey juice as well to add to it, so hoping I'll have good crop of potatoes this year. Right, anyway, so I just wanted to show you the sort of finished article. I'm not quite sure. Yes, I'll have one more length of slabs here, but I'm not quite sure what to do about this strip here. I may just put it down to grass and have like a bit of a lawn there, because there's not, you know, I can't really plant up because there'd be a lot of traffic. And I've got my apple, you know, I've got my apple tree there, so I'll have to leave a certain amount of space before I can dig, because obviously it'll affect the roots. Right, so yes, it's all looking a bit higgledy-piggledy still, but there we are. It'll get done, and when we can get back to the shopping, then we can buy stuff, and then get some more compost to fill my containers up for my carrots and my parsnips, etc. Yeah. Right. Okay. So just a little update for you. Yeah. Bye for now.